Most cloud repositories nowadays have built-in static application security testing that you can activate and run against source codes that you have pushed into your repos. In this video, I will demonstrate to you how to set up and perform SAST in your GitHub repository. This is accomplished by using GitHub Actions and CodeQL Analysis workflow. CodeQL is a supported security analysis module for GitHub. It supports C, Go, Java, JavaScript, Python, Ruby, and many others. To enable CodeQL support to your project, let's go over to your projects. Select one project, say my starter Node.js project repo. But before I forget, CodeQA and other workflows require an enterprise account to use. Or an option for us to enable these tools is to set your repo to public. For purposes of demonstration, let's set our repo to public. To do this, select your project. So this project is set as private. Click Settings, go down, change the visibility from private to public. Copy the confirmation code. So now it's set under public. We can now start using CodeQL. So this is a standard Node Express template. So let's click on Actions. Look for security. There are several tools. We will be using CodeQL Analysis. So press Configure. This is the CodeQL YAML file. So this will contain most of the configurations needed to activate this workflow. So this is saved under the GitHub workflow folder. Let's start commit. We will be committing in the master branch. So we will be committing the master branch so that any succeeding branch from this from the master will have the workflow. So to start using CodeQL, let's make a change. So let's add a file. Let's provide a name to this file. So let's say routes helper.js, so JavaScript file. So I'll be copying some snippets of code. So the snippets of code will contain vulnerabilities that we are hoping that CodeQL will be able to detect. So this is JavaScript. So let's commit this new file under a new branch. Let's say under StratPoint University Patch 1. Do note that we are creating a new branch and we'll be starting a pull request. So let's click on Propose New File. Let's create the pull request. Before that, let's leave a comment. So we are hoping to get vulnerability hits. Okay, let's create the pull request. So the branch has no conflict with the base branch, and then the workflow has started. So this is the CodeQL workflow. Let's look under the hood. So this would take a while. It's performing the setup as well as the actual scanning. So let's wait for it to finish. It's about to be complete. So job is complete. So these are the steps undertaken. So let's head over to the pull request. As you can see, this is our pull request and there are hits. So it says here 1 out of 2 checks So some checks were not successful, so we're assuming that the vulnerabilities were found in our code. So let's check the details. So as you can see, we found 2 new alerts, including one. So there are 2: code scanning, code injection, and DOM. So let's look at code injection. So as you can see from our routes helper, it just detected this particular vulnerability. So code injection, in the scan, it will explain what the vulnerability is about and what common weakness enumerations were affected. So these are the affected. This is under critical severity. Okay. Again. So let's look at the other vulnerability found. Let's head over to details. So the other hit was for a DOM text reinterpreted as HTML. So here is the vulnerability found in our code. And these are details. So there's a recommendation, the example on how to mitigate, and it has a medium severity. So there are several actions that we could do. We could dismiss this. So either false positive or clear test, or we won't fix it. Otherwise, we can create an issue. So under pull request, let's go over to pull request. So using the scan, we can be able to make decisions whether or not we will merge this request. So for this, we will be rejecting this PR because of the vulnerability hits. So let's comment and let's close this pull request. So we won't be doing any merging or any rebasing. Just close this pull request, meaning this PR has been rejected.